So the last couple of days it's been real cold and we've got a decent amount of snow, probably a total of 8-10 inches, which I guess for us isn't that much, but walking around tentatively today looking for deer antlers, and I had a couple of you ask some questions about the Farmall M that I'll answer, like how did the toolbox get painted yellow? What do you keep in it? And if you saw my community tab yesterday and my story tab, I showed the sediment bowl had some water in it and some sediment. And somebody commented, well, I don't really have that problem. Well, it's not a problem if the bowl's collecting it. Let's go talk about it. Yeah, and as I walk up on the M, you can see I got the chain still connected, and why would I disconnect it? I'm still using it. And it's balled up there and messed up one of those handles. That's a, like I said in a previous video, that's just a grade 5 pin, but I want to come around here real quick. I'll show you this yellow toolbox. Now, off and on over the years, I've had this tractor 3-4 years, and I've had people ask me, man, what's up with the yellow toolbox? The reality is I have no clue. I bought this tractor. It had that on there. I think it looks pretty cool myself. It's something different. International did have a yellow. It was a industrial yellow, so I do not have a problem with yellow. It is indeed part of the International line of paints. It's just not a common one. It's not the typical one that they painted the tractors with. But let's see what's in this thing real quick. Oh, and we got a wide array of tools in here. Now, I do see one missing already as I look in here, and got an extra inline fuel filter there. Of course, I like them to be in plastic bags, not just sitting out in the open like that, because what good's a filter if it can get dirt down in the hole, like voila, or voila. But anyways, one thing that I do see missing, despite the fact that there's a lot of stuff in here, is that there's no hammer in here. So I guess somebody robbed Peter to pay Paul and didn't put it back, because unfortunately you can see it's not locked up. So anyone that's down here working or doing this, that, and the other thing is welcome to come in here and open this up and grab. Now you see all different sizes. We got box wrenches and grips and screwdrivers and all kinds of stuff. Now, this is an accumulation of everything I've ever used to work on or fix this tractor. It just is. And I never have to go digging in a toolbox for anything I need to do anything on this, whether it's change a starter or simply just replace the fuel filter. So that's really cool. But yeah, I'm glad I actually opened this. I hadn't had it open in a couple of months, and I see that the hammer is missing and whatnot. Even got a little set of snips. So it's just interesting to see throughout just 3 years all the stuff that I've used. But anyways, that's the story on the yellow toolbox. I've had ample opportunity, obviously, to paint it red and match the tractor, but why not be different? You know, does anyone else have a Farmall H, M, or otherwise with a toolbox on it, number one? And number two, is it yellow? I doubt it. Let's go over here and talk about the sediment bowl and or separator. You can see that line clearly there. That is a water line. It's not 100% water. It's but there's definitely enough water in it that it sinks to the bottom. It's heavier than the fuel. The fuel goes to the top. However, I can tell you, let's just call that 1/3 full of water or fuel that's containing water. If I fired this tractor up right now, it would maybe run okay, but it would still have more of a spit and a sputter that I'm comfortable with that amount of H2O or water in the bowl. So about every time, I've got a clean enough tank to where about every 10 times I run this tractor, I do have to pull this off and just wipe it out. A lot of times I'll use brake cleaner, clean it all out, wipe it out, throw it back up there, clean the screen, good to go. Somebody in the comments, and I don't remember who you are, made a suggestion that Napa sells a filter that will fall right into this bowl. and whatnot. Now, that may be an option. I may try that, actually. He was talking about how he liked that better than running the inlines because he hated the inline filters. Well, you can see here clearly, I don't hate running them. I actually, for functionality, I do like running these filters. If this was just a trailer queen going to shows or parades, maybe I wouldn't. But when you run them hard, good and hard, you're going to get a little bit of, sediment, even at the micro level, going into your carburetor, and that's a no-go when you're out in the field running hard. But anyway, so what I do is I'll take this off for people that, there are actually people out there that have never ran a gas tractor. I'll take this off. Well, it doesn't matter if you ran a gas one or not. The whole concept of the separator is a lot of guys that drive big rigs, they call these separators. Yep, the rooster crowed. So, but what I do about every 10 times is I empty this out, clean it out, clean the screen. There's a screen up above here. You clean that out, and good to go. I do keep a full tank in this. This is a 21-gallon tank, and when I'm done running it, say for the day, or if I run it hard enough and have to put more fuel in it, by the end of the day, when I'm done running this, there's at least 20 gallons in a 21-gallon tank. So it's not an issue of, oh, well, you're leaving the tank too empty and you're allowing condensation or water to get in that tank, and that's why you got that. Well, I'm here to tell you it's not true. These tractors in general are great, big, huge condensation boxes. And I can tell you, just like you see in the sediment bowl there, there's water in there. I guarantee there's probably just a teeny weeny bit in the oil. You come down here and there's a square nut on that oil pan, and I have actually taken that oil pan off of there, or not the oil pan off of there, the oil plug off of there, and not pulled it out all the way, and had a drop of water come out of it. So these really like to condensate. Obviously if they're sitting out, you're going to get more water in them. You got the gear oil. I'll do a full service on this in the spring and we'll be good to go. And of course you got the air cleaner here. That's the same engine oil. I put the same engine oil in there as I do in the engine, which I've said in a previous video, low ash 30. So that's the story on the bowl and the toolbox. Boom. If you've been with me long enough, you know what the boom means. And the rooster's crowing, so I gotta get going.